What's good? It's AP. 1 in a billion, and I'm back. Going for a morning walk. That's what I do. People say, how you stay in shape? How you stay fit? In your 30s, you gotta eat right. You gotta exercise. You gotta get up. Play some sports. What you feed in your body, what you feed in your spirit, what you feed in your soul. Gotta take care of yourself, man. So anyway, this morning I dropped my nephews and nieces and my son off at school, and I had a little talk with them. I was talking with them because they were complaining that some of their schoolwork was too hard and that this is too young of an age for them to be doing all of this kind of work. And I think their work is easy, and I think they don't get enough work. I think they need to get more work. And why? Why do I look at things the way that I look at them? Well, when I was 5 years old, I took a test. It was an IQ test. I had just finished kindergarten, and I had to take an IQ test because my parents wanted to see where I stood, see if I was ready or not to be, if I could be put into an accelerated program, a gifted and talented program. So I took the test, and after taking the IQ test, I was like, is this it? How did I do? This was so easy. Why are they asking me these simple questions? After taking the test, I got moved into the gifted and talented program because my score was in the gifted range. So once I got put in the gifted range and I was in the gifted accelerated classes from the time I was in first grade through fifth grade, my brain began to be challenged. I began to learn things that I wasn't accustomed to learning. Well, actually, I started off at 5, like I said, so it was like second nature to me to get lots of homework and to do all these tough math problems and tough reading comprehension and science and social studies. All of that I was doing when I was 6 years old. So what ended up happening is everybody all of us which were in this accelerated program, we had to take a test to go to the top school in New York City, the top junior high school. It's called Mark Twain Junior High School, intermediate school for the gifted and talented. So you had to be gifted and talented in order to make it in this school. You had to have a 99 average in elementary school. A 99, receive like a 92 to 99 on your reading and math test, which we take every year, just to even take the test to go to this school. So I had a 99, so I got to take the test. So I take the test, and the results come in, and I passed. I'm now going to the #1 junior high school in New York City. And the kids there, they're all smart. All of us, we're all geniuses. And the stuff that we started learning in this junior high school, my brother was in college at the time. He was learning some of that stuff in college. Some of the stuff we were learning all type of things that You could be smart, but you better look both ways. I'm smart enough to look both ways. I ain't trying to get hit by no car. So like I said, we were learning all type of things that grown-ups learn. And we're sixth graders. So I had a great experience at this junior high school. And I wish more kids could have that type of experience, because it really helps mold and prepare you for your future. And to me, my junior high school years were like my college years for me. Those were like college years because of how much input my brain was learning. So going into high school, all of us, well, the majority of us that went to this junior high school, all went to you would think we would all go to a high school that would then challenge our brains once again. So most of the people in my junior high school did. But me, I ended up going to the same high school that my brother went to, because he achieved so much in basketball there. It was my zone school, and it was like, okay, your big brother went here, he did great here, why don't you go there? Meanwhile, in 8th grade, I remember my athletic director, he knew how good I was in basketball. He was trying to get me to go to Lincoln High School, which is where some of my family and friends were there as well. And we're gonna get into all of that a little later, because some of my friends that end up going to the NBA was on the basketball team, and I would have been a part of that, but I wasn't. I decided, well, my family, we all decided for me to go to the same school that my big brother went to. And I kid you not, the first day I get to this high school, they had metal detectors. They had metal detectors at the school, and the school looked like jail. The school was just, it was crazy. How many dogs is over there? Just picture like the Cooley High. Picture Cooley High, and picture Class Act. If you've seen those two movies. My school was like those schools, but worse. Oh, and picture what's that? The Principal. Oh, yeah, The Principal. What other school? Lean on Me. I used to watch all these movies, and when I watched these movies, it would make me think about my high school, because that's what I felt like. This was like jail. So the first day of school, one of these super duper seniors, this is one of my boys, because the school was right next to the projects, right across the street from the projects. So one of these super duper seniors, I'm 13 years old. I didn't even turn 14 until like 2 or 3 weeks into school, because my birthday's in September. First day of school, they're like, uh-oh, Morton, there's a Morton in here. The legend continues, another Morton. So everybody just knew I was gonna be a basketball star, and I would just follow my brother's legacy and all this. So, that made me feel good. That did make me feel good, I won't front. So I was like, you know what, it's all good. So I had a lot of respect from all of the older kids because of who my family was. So here I am, 13 years old, and I'm hanging out with 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds that are still in high school. So I'm like, okay, I'm on the path to, for success, but the big homies is here. They love me. They all celebrating me. They know I'm nice and ball. They know I got a future. So, hey, it's all good. I hang with y'all a little bit. So I'd go to my classes they wouldn't go to their classes. These dudes had babies. These dudes was drug dealers. These dudes robbing people, all kind of crazy stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'll hang with y'all in school, in the lunchroom. But aside from that, dudes is too fast for me. So the first day of school, like I said, we had metal detectors, and one of my friends, one of these old heads, dude, brought a gun to school. He brings a gun to school. He shows it to me. Now here I am, like I said, I just came from the freaking Yale, Princeton, Harvard of junior high schools, and now I'm basically in like jail. This guy shows me a gun. So next day of school, first off, how did he get into school without with the school that has metal detectors? How did he get in? You tell me. So the next day, what happens? Same dude. He like, yo, meet me around. He said, once you go into school, meet me around the back. Open the back door for me. Think I'm gonna say no? Like, all right, I got you, famo. So, I let him into school from the back door. So what ended up happening later that day, not even that day, maybe another day, we all playing basketball. Keep in mind, like I said, I'm 13, just barely 14, probably about 5'8", like I'm 6'2" now, got muscles and all that. I was 5'8" and a half and skinny. And these dudes, like, they like grown men, 20 years old, 19, 20 years old. They athletic, they got muscles and all that. But I was just nice. As smart as I was nice in basketball too. I had skills. So they loved me. They knew, they like they said, another legend is born. So we all playing basketball. And as we playing basketball, I'm destroying this dude. I'm straight working him. They don't do this in Cali, but in New York, we run on green lights. So like I said, I'm straight working, son. I'm working this dude in ball, right? So I start working him, and one of my other friends was with me. He was smart too. Smart dude, he was nice, he could play ball and whatnot, but real smart dude. We both freshmen. He ain't from around the way like me. He ain't from the hood. I'm from the hood, so like I said, I was already cool with all these dudes. He from a whole nother neighborhood, a whole nother area in New York. So, like I said, I'm serving the dude that got the guns and all that. So after I start serving him in ball, he got so mad. But he was just joking. He like, yo, all right, you think you nice? You think you nice, AP? So dude goes and he goes into his bag. He pulls out a machine gun. He pulls out a machine gun. And I'm like, this is my people's. I got my poker face on. He ain't doing nothing with that. I kid you not. If I ain't never seen buckwheat or Sambo in real life, when that other freshman that was with me, when he saw that gun, his eyes got so big. His eyes was like, he was shook. You know that was hard for me to do. My eyes ain't big at all. I got them chinky eyes. So his eyes, they lit up when he saw that gun. So from that day forward, he never hung out with me. Matter of fact, he transferred schools and all that. He transferred schools, and I used to be like, yo, that dude, he's a punk. He's scared. So here I am now, as a grown man, and I'm like, nah, he wasn't scared. Well, he was scared, but he had good sense to get the heck up out of there. He had good sense. But for me, it was something about the violence and the craziness in this high school that it just kept drawing me closer and closer to it. I didn't want to be a part of it, but I felt like if I could survive this, I could survive anything. So what ends up happening is I surely did. I did survive it because I'm here right now. And the school was, educational wise, I learned nothing in high school in terms of school, in terms of education. I didn't learn a thing in this school. I can't think of one thing. Oh, okay. I take it back. I had one teacher who she said, she made fun of all the basketball players. She said we was just dumb jocks. So I got this was my first typing class. So my first typing class, my only typing class, she said that all of the athletes, football and basketball players, that we was just dumb jocks and we wasn't gonna go nowhere. So I got a 15 on the first test. My first test in this typing class. And before that, I had been getting all 80s and 90s without even studying. I never studied one time for anything in high school. And because of that, I ended off with about an 80 something, like a low 80 average, because the school did not challenge me at all. There was no challenge. I already, majority of the work that was being done, I did it already in junior high school. I did this in 6th and 7th grade. Why am I going through this type of work? This school is not challenging my brain at all. So like I said, just one teacher though, she did challenge me. And when she challenged me, what ended up happening, like I said, the first test I bombed. After she made that statement, from then on, man, I got nothing but hundreds on every test that she gave. But unfortunately, she still kept my first low score. So I ended off getting an 85 in her class because she still kept my 15, 17, whatever I got. But she respected me from then forward. And who would know that those typing skills that I developed, that typing 80 words a minute, would help me later on once I got into computers. So, like I said, back to this crazy school. Some of the crazy things that happened in my high school. Okay, so I once seen security guard get into a fist fight with one of the students. I mean, straight like, throw your dukes up, what's up? Like, I saw that. At this school, at my high school, there was fights every day. I mean, it was so crazy. We all from different neighborhoods. I'm from the hood, and then our school is right next to another hood, but I got cousins that live there. And because of me playing ball, I knew all of the dudes that's from this hood. And I never was in no gang or nothing, so it's like our relationship was neutral. Like, we was cool. We was still cool. I had some street smarts, so I ain't have to worry. I will admit, I did stay prayed up though. Like, oh God, what is going on here? This place is crazy. I had to stay prayed up. And, I thank God for protecting me in that environment, keeping his angels around me. So, in this same high school, I once saw a kid punch out a teacher, and then when the teacher passed out, the kid peed on the teacher. Yeah, that's how bad my school was. Another teacher, a kid, and he's a football coach, and two kids was fighting, and he tried to break the fight up. He got pushed down the elevator shaft in this fight. Crazy school. I probably seen a fight a day. If I was in school for 200 days out of the year, there was a fight going on almost every day. At least one, maybe three. The first week of school, dudes from the hood got into a fight and they shot at the school windows. They were shooting at the windows. So when we had to get our seating arrangement, nobody wanted to sit next to the window because nobody was trying to get shot. Crazy. And for some odd reason, why did I stay in this school? Why did I stay? So, I mean, I could keep going on. I'm hesitating because, I know a lot of my audience is a younger audience. So I'll leave it. I'm trying to look for the right words to say some other stuff to happen. Okay. This is the way I'll say it. So, one of the students in the school got pregnant by one of the security guards. So I say that to let y'all know how crazy my school is. Oh, there was times where you smell kids smoking weed and you go check. Security guards are smoking it with them. Everybody cutting school. Oh, okay. I remember. So now I'm thinking about one of the things I learned in high school. Lunchroom. I learned how to play spades. I learned how to be a great spades player from my high school. And what it leads to, it usually leads to arguments with me and my wife and her family every time we play spades because I just got too many tricks up my sleeve. So credit my high school for that. But I don't wish that on nobody. Because of the high school that I went to, it pretty much closed the door on many colleges that were interested in me. None of my basketball games. I videotape everything. And I ain't just start like this once the tube came around. I was doing this before YouTube. Like I own my own websites in 2000, 2001. Actually 99. 99 was the first time a website was built for me, and that was for my music group, the Blessed Brothers with my brother. So then after I saw that website and I didn't like that website, I decided to learn how to build my own websites. So in 2000, in 99, I revamped that website. But in 2000, 2001, I created welcome to NYC.com. I created my own web platform. And a lot of the stuff that even you see on YouTube today, they bit some of those ideas from my website. And I've created many platforms since that time. So a lot of people, they say, oh, why don't you get a real job? You're jealous. Stop being jealous of me. Like, real job? What makes a real job? That I'm supposed to work for somebody else? No. I created my own way. And I work harder than all of you who someone tells you what to do. Someone says, oh, did you finish doing this report? Yes, sir. No, I don't answer to nobody. I answer to God. That's the only person I answer to is God. Okay? So you talk about real job? You want me to get a dumb job is what you saying? I got a smart job. And I'm a genius. I've been a genius since I've been 5 years old. So I deserve to do something creative and innovative, something that challenges my mind. Because back to my high school story, with a change of tone, my high school, it didn't challenge me. And I wasn't interested in it. So the things that I do well in life, that I exceed and succeed at, are things that stimulate me, that challenge me. I like a challenge. So I like owning my own websites and building web platforms, stuff that I did not go to school for. I mean, the Holy Spirit, God gets the credit for that, to just teaching me or giving me the skills and ability to be able to learn something that you didn't even go to school for. But to get so good at it that, you're doing websites, building websites for some of the top companies in the world. And then building your own websites as well. I've done work for many, many people. And I've been involved in the internet since the year 2000. So what I'll say is, do what you're passionate about. There's nothing like spending your time, your day, doing something that makes you happy. I mean, I have, where I live now, it's a beautiful neighborhood. But I see myself, this is just a start. Like I said, I'm in my 30s. This is just a start right here. God has much bigger and better things for me and my family. And I can see it. Just like when I lived in a little tiny townhouse right next to the projects, where they would be shooting guns every day, every night. I saw more for myself then. I knew my life wasn't limited to what was in front of my face. You look up, look behind me, and look up there. What you see? The sky. There's no limits, man. Ain't no limits. So, what I say to you guys is, don't limit yourself. Do what you enjoy. I have neighbors that they're like, I never knew these people in my life until I moved over here. What are you mad at me for? Because I'm at home. I'm at home working. I work from home. But I work probably about 18 hours a day. I sleep for 6. And the other hours, I'm working. Working around the clock. And at the same time raising children. And spending time with my wife. But, and not only raising my children, but raising other kids too. Nephews and nieces on both sides. On my wife's side of the family, on my side of the family. Doing a lot. Doing the most. Nah. But what I will say is, don't be jealous of me, because you are in the predicament that you are in, because that's all you see for yourself. Don't be mad at me because I saw more for myself than you see for yourself. See more for yourself. Some of you want to live the life, but I talk to you, and 2-3 years later, you're in the same exact predicament, at the same exact state, and you have not grown at all. So, what, you just gonna talk about it? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Some of you say, all right, I'm gonna stay home. All right, let me see you stay home for an entire day. and let's see what you spend your time doing. If you stay home, will you watch TV? Will you start smoking? Start drinking? Will you spend your day on Facebook? Will you spend your day watching YouTube videos? Will you spend your day on Instagram all day? I don't spend my day doing none of that stuff. I spend my day handling my business. So that's the question. If you have the time to yourself, can you discipline yourself to work for yourself and to build up your own company? And then after that, will you be diligent and faithful? Will you be faithful in your own company? A lot of people say, oh, I'm going to spend 1 year on this. If I don't do this by the time I'm 30, or if this don't happen in 1 year, I'm done. But look, I started my own web platforms in the year 2001. Everyone that knows me, that really knows me, they look at me and they like, yo, you should have been as rich as Mark Zuckerberg before him. You should have been that. But I wasn't. Then there's other people who know me for basketball, for sports. They're like, oh man, you should have been in the NBA because you're so good. But I'm not. Then there's other people that know me for music. Those people that know me for music, you know what they say? Oh man, you one of the best artists I ever heard before. How come? I'm about to cross the street again. How come you're not on top of the world? I never bring people's names in. I don't like to name call artists. As a matter of fact, I'm still ain't gonna name call artists. But y'all know, it's people that y'all say I look like. So when I dropped out of college because I couldn't afford college, since I skipped all the way around this whole story because my life, it can't be told this fast, but I need like a whole seasons of series to really let y'all go into my life and see how complex it is and how I ended up out here in Southern California running one of the top media companies out here. So, yeah. What was I even talking about? I done forgot. Yeah. So like I said, I'll be right back, man. Because I done forgot messing around with y'all. All right, I didn't forget. Like I said. So a lot of people thought that I would be like Zuckerberg or I would be the top artist in the world. They're like, oh man. Well, okay, I'll say it. They said, when 50 came out, I thought it was you. That's what they said. Because people knew I had a music video out in 2001. That music video was popping. It was going places. And the thing is I was more so known in the gospel field. And that video was featured on all of the top countdowns. But the way that it got featured, it was because of the internet presence that I had. I had a huge internet presence. When you see people on Instagram and they got 10 million followers, 20 million followers, well, that's who I was on the internet in 2001. Like I already was that kind of dude. But what happens when the website that you're so popular on is no longer prevalent, no longer relevant anymore? Like none of that means anything. I knew a lot of people that were so relevant on certain websites, but now those websites are nothing. So there goes their relevancy. They're not relevant anymore. So in order to keep yourself relevant, you have to be able to reinvent yourself. And that is something that me and my wife, Dangerous Diva, specialize in. okay? So many people were on YouTube in 2008, 2009, 2011, and they had all this buzz. But what happens when, like me, I put my first solo music video on YouTube, and instantly in days it has 100,000 views. Then they're like, oh, we not even believing the views is real. Let's keep his video stuck. So they say, oh yeah, his video's not moving, it's stuck. All right, my video was stuck for years. Finally, they start letting it move again. And what is that video at now? Like, I don't know, 180,000. It's like they just keep making it go up little by little. Like, stop always trying to make it like the kid just can't be that good. Yeah, I'm that good and I'm independent. I'm not signed to this company. I'm not signed to that company. I have my own company. Have faith in me. I probably have about, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 videos online that have gone viral. Like, you think you would trust that I know what I'm doing by now? It's always a fight, always a struggle. And like I said, when I was bringing up some of the people that were successful back around 2011, 12, whatever, a lot of those people have quit because they don't know how to keep fighting through adversity. But that's something that I accredit that to my church family, to being fed constantly with the word on a daily basis, knowing who you are, knowing that when you're a child of God, if God be for you, nobody could be against you. So I found a woman who feels the same way, shares the same views as me. We're soulmates, we're equally yoked. We both could get straight ghetto and street on you on one end, but then we could be professional too. So I love it. This is the perfect blend. I met my soulmate who lives in California and got me out here in California, and I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from New York. Like I said, I could just keep going on. There's so many dynamics. So many dynamics in my life, so many stories to share with you guys. But I think, like I said, we're gonna have to have some TV series or something to do that, for you to really, really know who I am, because a lot of people don't know who I am. So, like I said, I done lost my train of thought again, but it doesn't matter. Oh, I was talking about all the people that be quitting. Like, yeah, y'all gotta know how to persevere. You see 2 views, 3 views, you're like, oh man, that's it. I'm done with this. How would you feel if you were getting millions of views on every video that you put up, and then all of a sudden you start getting 100, 200, 300,